Why spend a small fortune on holiday decor when your recycling bin holds hidden treasures? Upcycled Christmas crafts. DIY bring new life to old odds and ends, turning yesterday's clutter into today's festive showstoppers. It's creative, budget-friendly, and good for the planet. Ever looked at a soup can and thought, future lantern? Or eyed a worn-out sweater, picturing a gnome with a fluffy beard? These crafts prove anyone can add sparkle to their space with a little imagination and a handful of scraps. Ever tried crafting mini Christmas trees out of old book pages? It's simpler than you'd think. Roll pages into cones, secure with glue, and arrange them in clusters. These trees bring a literary touch to your decor and give new life to books otherwise gathering dust. Twine garlands add rustic charm with almost zero effort. Simply knot or braid twine, string on scraps of fabric or paper, and drape across your mantel. These garlands can look homemade in the best way, but sometimes fray or shed bits. That's character, not a flaw. Bottle cap snowman ornaments bring new life to ordinary trash. Collect those metal caps, paint them white, and stack 3 in a row. Add cheerful faces with a marker. Old buttons make adorable scarves. It's a thrifty way to create holiday magic while keeping waste out of landfills. This craft is perfect for kids, though adults might appreciate the quirky charm too. The only real drawback, you need a stash of bottle caps and patience for tiny painting details. Still, the outcome, a fun, eco-friendly ornament, more than makes up for any effort. Give it a try and spark some smiles. Soup cans usually head straight for the recycling bin, but why not give them a new life? A clean can, a star-shaped stencil, and a hammer with a nail are all you need. Punch out some stars, pop in a tea light, and suddenly you've got a whimsical lantern for your windowsill. These lanterns shine with charm, casting magical patterns on chilly December nights. However, metal edges can be sharp, so handle with care. Don't let holiday cheer end at the first aid kit. It's a simple craft, perfect for families or anyone looking to add sparkle without spending much. Old sweaters collecting dust? Turn those sleeves into gnome dolls. Snip, stuff, and shape the fabric, then add a faux fur beard and top with a woolen hat. No sewing degree needed, just some glue, scissors, and whimsy. These quirky decorations spark conversation and keep textiles out of landfills. While the process is straightforward, sourcing faux fur in small quantities can be tricky and a bit pricey. Still, the result is a festive, eco-friendly ornament with personality. Kids love their silly noses, and adults appreciate the touch of nostalgia. Why not let each family member make one? Pine cones make perfect bases for miniature Christmas trees, especially when jazzed up with vintage buttons and beads. Gather pine cones from your backyard, give them a quick rinse, and let your creativity take over. Each tree turns out quirky, reflecting the odd mix of treasures you find in your button box. The best part? This project saves money and reduces waste. However, finding enough truly eye-catching vintage buttons can sometimes be tricky. Try asking family or checking thrift stores for stashed sewing kits. Involve kids. Let them pick colors and help glue. Suddenly, holiday decor feels personal, sustainable, and fun. Old wooden pallets make surprisingly charming Christmas tree wall art. With a few nails and a bit of imagination, you can assemble slats into a tree shape, then wrap string lights around the branches. It's budget-friendly, eco-conscious, and adds rustic flair. Why fork out for plastic when reclaimed wood tells a story? However, pallet wood can be rough and splintery. Sanding is a must, and don't forget, some pallets are chemically treated. Pick heat-stamped ones marked HT for safety. Once prepped, you'll enjoy a glowing backdrop that's both festive and conversation-worthy. This project balances creativity, sustainability, and a dash of DIY satisfaction. Grab a few old mason jar lids, some leftover plaid fabric scraps, and a handful of tiny bells. Loop the fabric snugly around each lid, knotting it tight. Attach the bells with simple string or wire. Suddenly, yesterday's kitchen clutter becomes a festive, quirky wreath perfect for your door. These wreaths are both affordable and planet-friendly, but patience is required for fiddly assembly. Want to add a personal touch? Mix in buttons, ribbons, or pine cones. Let kids help for extra fun. This project proves that holiday charm doesn't need a big budget or fancy supplies, just a dash of creativity and some cheerful noise. Old Christmas cards pile up fast, but tossing them feels wasteful. Cut them into fun shapes, punch a hole, and thread gold ribbon through for instant gift tags. Add hand lettering with a bold marker. Suddenly, you've got personalized flair that costs nothing and saves paper from the bin. Sure, the designs may not always match your wrapping paper, but that's half the charm. Each tag becomes a mini keepsake. Want to impress? Use a metallic pen for names or quotes. Friends notice the effort, and you sidestep buying generic store tags every year. Have empty toilet paper rolls? Turn them into reindeer by adding twig antlers and red pom-pom noses. Kids love gathering twigs and gluing the bits together. The finished reindeer look quirky and festive, perfect for windowsills or tree ornaments. Who knew trash could bring a smile and spark holiday cheer? While this craft is cheap and eco-friendly, hot glue can be tricky for little hands, so offer supervision. If pom-poms aren't handy, try red buttons or crumpled paper. Imperfections just add charm. Set up an assembly line and watch everyone compete for the silliest reindeer face. Old tin cans become the stars of your holiday table with a snowman family centerpiece. Gather cans in different sizes, scrub off labels, and paint each one white. Stack them for snowman bodies, then add carrot noses with orange paint. Even kids can help, making this a fun family tradition. This project uses materials bound for the recycling bin, saving money and reducing waste. A quick tip: hot glue fabric scraps for scarves and hats. However, some cans have sharp edges. Be cautious when handling. In the end, you get charming, eco-friendly decor that sparks conversation and creativity. Why toss out that worn sweater when it could become a cozy mitten stocking? Grab some scissors, cut mitten shapes, and stitch them up. Add felt snowflakes, stars, or quirky reindeer. Suddenly, you have a one-of-a-kind holiday decoration, and you've saved money and reduced waste in the process. These mitten stockings are easy to personalize. Kids can join in, gluing on buttons or sequins for extra sparkle. The downside? Sweater fabric can fray, so reinforce seams with simple stitching. Still, the charm outweighs the effort. Every stocking tells its own story, turning yesterday's clothing into tomorrow's holiday memory. Wine cork, Christmas stars bring together creativity and sustainability. Gather leftover corks, glue them into simple star shapes, and tie a rustic twine bow at the top. These ornaments look charming on trees or gift packages. Who knew last summer's wine could sparkle on your holiday decor this year? While making these, keep in mind that corks vary in size. Some may require trimming or extra glue for stability. But this hands-on process is part of the fun. Each star ends up slightly different, imperfect in the best way. Why settle for mass-produced when homemade brings character and conversation? Old light bulbs collecting dust? Give them a new lease on life as shimmering Christmas ornaments. Dip each bulb in metallic paint, then sprinkle with glitter while wet. The result, dazzling tree decorations that cost almost nothing. It's a clever way to add retro charm and reduce waste. While these bulbs sparkle beautifully, be gentle. Glass is fragile. Attach a ribbon using strong glue and let them dry thoroughly before hanging. If you're worried about breakage, display them in bowls or wreaths instead. This project makes holiday decorating both thrifty and eco-friendly, with a bit of vintage flair. Old jeans hiding in your closet? Give them a second life by cutting out their pockets for a crafty advent calendar. Stitch numbers on each pocket, then hang them together. Each one becomes a daily surprise holder, perfect for slipping in a sweet treat or a tiny note of encouragement. This project's a conversation starter and keeps waste out of landfills. Embroidery adds charm, but skip it if you're short on time. Fabric paint works fine. Some pockets may be different sizes, but that only adds personality. Who knew faded denim could spark so much holiday excitement? Old CDs gathering dust? Give them new life as sparkling snowflake ornaments. Break the discs into small pieces, glue them onto cardboard snowflake shapes, and let the reflective shards catch the light. Add a colorful ribbon for hanging. The result? Shimmer and shine from something that would have been trash. Not only do these ornaments recycle plastic, they let your creativity run wild. Kids can join in, choosing ribbon colors or arranging the shiny fragments. One tip: wear gloves when breaking CDs to avoid sharp edges. These ornaments might not last forever, but they brighten up any tree and spark conversation. Old wool sweaters gathering dust in your closet can become festive garlands with a little creativity. Cut colorful sweater scraps into circles or stars, then thread them onto twine with wooden beads in between. This project keeps waste down, adds warmth to your decor, and doesn't require fancy crafting skills. Don't worry about perfection. Irregular shapes give your garland character. Mix bead sizes for extra charm. If you're short on sweaters, thrift stores often have plenty. The only real drawback is that wool can sometimes shed, but a quick pass with a lint roller helps. Your mantle never looked so cheerful. Ever tried folding old magazine pages into a tree shape? It's a clever way to reuse what might otherwise fill a bin. Stack the folded pages, glue them for stability, and you've got a quirky, colorful centerpiece. Top it with a gold paper star for instant holiday cheer. This project saves money and sparks creativity. The finished sculpture isn't perfect. Sometimes the pages tear or colors clash, but that's part of its charm. Gather friends, share old magazines, and turn waste into a conversation starter. Isn't it better to have fun and be eco-friendly than buy another plastic knickknack? Old wooden clothespins make fantastic snowflake ornaments with a bit of creativity and a sprinkle of silver glitter. Disassemble, glue into snowflake shapes, and coat them in shimmer. It's thrifty, reduces waste, and lets your tree sparkle with homemade charm. No expensive store-bought ornaments needed. However, the process can get messy with glue and glitter. Lay down newspaper and keep a damp cloth handy. Involve kids for a fun afternoon, but supervise closely to avoid sticky mishaps. Who knew something as ordinary as a clothespin could steal the show on your tree? Grab some old cardboard, snip out tree shapes, and wrap them with leftover yarn. It's quick, budget-friendly, and gives your holiday decor a cozy, handmade touch. Different yarn thicknesses add texture, while bold colors or neutrals can match any theme. These mini trees brighten shelves, mantels, or desks instantly. Threading pearl beads onto thin wire or string creates a charming garland for your yarn-wrapped trees. This step isn't just pretty, it also hides uneven wrapping. Kids love helping, and you control the sparkle level. Upcycled crafts like these save money and reduce waste, but do require a bit of patience and nimble fingers. Old tin lids can become charming photo ornaments with just a bit of creativity. Attach a favorite snapshot inside the lid, then edge it with plaid ribbon for a cozy, festive look. Hang them on your tree with the ribbon loop. Suddenly, yesterday's trash tells your family's story in a new way. These ornaments are affordable and eco-friendly. You avoid plastic waste while crafting something personal. However, tin edges can be sharp, so a quick sanding keeps fingers safe. Want to impress guests? Use black and white photos for a nostalgic touch, proof that holiday spirit and sustainability can go hand in hand. Ever tried using old pallet scraps to make a nativity scene? Driftwood figures add rustic charm, while bits of burlap provide texture and warmth. This project costs nearly nothing and makes use of what you already have. Plus, it sparks conversation about sustainability at your holiday table. Some might say the look is too rough around the edges. Yet, that's the magic. Each piece tells its own story, sometimes with a knot, sometimes with a splash of faded paint. If you want a polished centerpiece, this isn't it, but if you value character, give it a shot. Old sweaters can become charming Christmas stockings. Cut the sleeves, stitch the ends, and suddenly you have a cozy stocking. Add lace trims and vintage buttons for character. Who knew last year's fashion faux pas could hang over your fireplace, earning compliments and reducing textile waste? It's simple, affordable, and personal. Some sleeves may be too narrow or unravel easily, so choose sturdier knits. Don't worry about perfection. Quirky edges shout homemade. Pairing soft textures with delicate lace and mismatched buttons tells a story. This isn't just crafting, it's recycling with flair and a pinch of nostalgia. Who knew yesterday's egg carton could turn into cheerful holiday bells? Cut each cup, paint them, and poke a hole for yarn. Thread with red and green yarn, spacing them out like you're stringing popcorn for a tree. This method saves money and keeps waste out of landfills. These upcycled bells aren't perfect, but that's part of the charm. Kids can help, making it a fun family activity. Don't worry about neatness, quirky paint jobs, and uneven stringing, just add character. Hang them on the tree or across a window for instant, eco-friendly holiday flair. Old sheet music can be repurposed into delicate paper stars, perfect for a nostalgic holiday garland. Cut, fold, and string the stars together for an eye-catching look above a mantel or window. The faded notes and soft patina add charm, while upcycling keeps waste out of landfills. Win-win. However, crafting with vintage paper requires gentle handling. Thinner sheets may tear easily, especially during folding. Consider reinforcing fragile pieces with a lightweight backing or using digital printouts for practice. This project gives forgotten music a new role, sparking conversation and memories with each glance. Old flannel shirts gathering dust in your closet might just be secret holiday decor gold. Cut strips from a worn shirt, wrap them around a wire wreath frame, and tuck in pine cones for a rustic touch. Add a few plaid bows, and you've got a festive creation that costs next to nothing. This wreath isn't just wallet-friendly, it's a nod to sustainability. Why buy new when you can use what you already have? If you're short on plaid bows, try making some from leftover fabric or ribbon. The only real downside, you might end up wanting to make one for every door. Upcycled Christmas crafts breathe new life into forgotten objects and add a special spark to your holiday decor. Why spend extra money when your junk drawer is a goldmine waiting to be explored? Imagine the stories your ornaments will tell next year. Try one or two projects this season, maybe those bottle cap snowmen or a sweater sleeve stocking. Share your creations, inspire your family, and help the planet, all with a little glue and imagination. Ready to make your holiday both festive and friendly for the earth?